story.
Oh, sure.
But in terms of there being bases on the moon, would we actually know what to look for? Would we actually know? Because we can only judge it by our own technical standards, our own technical ability. And we say, well, yeah, the moon has less gravity than Earth, therefore bigger machines can be used, and people claim to have seen some of these machines. I don't know. I'd love to believe that they're there. But just to return to the Apollo, yeah, there are stories about astronauts who claim to have seen things on the moon, but these stories have another purpose. They reinforce the original story of the landing of men on the moon.
Sure.
If they have no validity and they don't appear to have much to back them up, other than people's desire to believe them, then they're what's called misinformation.
Sure.
It's information which could be correct, but isn't.
Yeah. And in a way, because it's not to be checked, in a way it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
It has no practical relevance for our daily lives.
Correct. It reinforces belief. That is all it does.
Yes.
If you want to believe man's landed on the moon, yeah, you'll go along with the Armstrong saw all these things.
Maybe it's good just to go to a rounding off or finishing off of the or maybe you have a lot more to show which is of relevance.
I'm looking for some interesting things. Excuse me.
Okay.
Here's one interesting sequence of pictures. Again, these are all NASA photographs.
Yes.
One shows here the lunar lander, and note here a little nick in the rock in the mountain in the background. Here is another picture showing the lunar lander and the same nick in the horizon. You put the two pictures together by that little identifying nick in the horizon, and you get two lunar landers in the same picture.
So,
sorry, that can't happen.
No.
There would only ever one at any one time.
Exactly.
So what's going on?
Yeah, sure.
It just doesn't make sense. It's a fake. Somebody got the set dressing wrong.
Yes.
Here's another photograph. One crater, two craters, same background, different photograph, same roll of film. The photographs are 26 photographs separating them. What's going on? Where's the crater disappeared or appeared? Again, not logical. Coming into, there's one here. This is two photographs, one showing the terminator, the difference between light and dark.
Yeah.
And on any spherical body there will always be a terminator.
Yes.
We call it dusk here on Earth.
Yes.
As it gets dusk, it means the sun goes down the horizon, no more light directly onto the surface. This is Apollo 11 landing site. This is Apollo 17 landing site. Where's the terminator? Because here is the horizon of the lunar surface, 250 miles away, but there's no terminator. The sun is behind the camera position, there should be a terminator. It's like they forgot to put the terminator in because this is a flat model. Possibly.
Okay.
Let's find the missing or the moving lunar module. Here's one. This is Apollo 17, astronaut here, mountain in the background, lunar module. Lunar module here, same mountain here. What's going on? And then you've got the lunar module here, which is the enlargement of this top picture. The perspective is wrong.
Yes.
You don't get small objects in foregrounds with big objects in backgrounds.
No, that's impossible.
And here's one where the lunar module has disappeared completely. Here it is, same picture we just looked at, and this picture here is gone, vanished. Where to? It didn't move. Once it landed, it stayed there.
Yes.
But not in this case. Somebody's gone away and cleaned it, or E.T.'s decided to have a look at it.
Yeah.
Here's the lunar rover that doesn't appear to have any wheel tracks before and after, but there are footprints.
That's a strange thing too. It's all, well, I must say your story up to now has been very convincing. You've shown and spoken about quite convincing proofs that show that the whole moon landing was in fact a fake. with all this proof, it's difficult to deny it actually.
Well, yes, I'm pleased that you are persuaded by some of the points I've made. All I would say is that if somebody can demonstrate conclusively that my conclusions are incorrect, I would love to hear it.
Sure.
But the challenge is, prove me wrong.
Okay.
In what
Well,
I say.
maybe a nice mission for some listeners of Argusoog Radio, if they can find some proof that the moon landings were real, please write it to redactie argusoogradio.org of argusoog.org, and well, we play it through to you.
Thank you.
One more important last question is, what's the purpose of all this space program? Because there are so many things going there. They're going to the outer parts of our solar system, to Jupiter, and so on and so on. Pluto has been passed already, and even further.
Yeah.
What's the mission? What's the mission behind that?
It's man's natural desire to explore the environment around him. You sit on Earth and you look up into the sky and you see the stars, you see the moon, you say, I wonder what's around that corner.
But why spend, that's for many people who have got a little bit more of a social consciousness, why is that so important while we here on Earth have our things not even right in order?
Sure. Every single dollar spent on the space program, from the very first time back in 1958, when NASA was created, October 1958, from the very first day it was created to today, every single dollar spent on the American or any other space program is spent here on Earth. It is not spent in space. The advantage comes on Earth. If the technicians and the engineers and the scientists involved in the space program are not employed, building rockets, going to Mars, going to the moon, going wherever, they will probably be involved in designing bigger and better ways of humans destroying themselves. So I am very much in favour of the space program. It's a peaceful means of employing man's technically rather aggressive instincts.
And what about the militarization of space? If you look at all the space, the satellites that have quite a destructive force with lasers and all kinds of advanced technology, in combination with electromagnetic beam weapons, plasma weapons, all that type of stuff.
Sure.
Is that for our benefit?
No, it's not for our benefit. There is a school of thought which says that the weaponization of space is not for the domination of Earth, it's for the protection of Earth.
Against?
An external force.
Of course.
Who might not have our best interests at heart. As every time a superior race has invaded, taken control of an inferior race, I'm thinking of British colonisation of a considerable part of the world, the invaded nation usually comes off second best. It's usually affected badly.
Obviously.
Because of technological superiority. Now, if humans were ever, if the Earth was ever invaded by a technically superior force to anything here on Earth now, our future is not particularly bright.
But where does the technological advancement that has been reached in the past 20, 30, 40 years, where has that come from? Where's the inspiration for all this technological development coming from? According to some conspiracy theorists, it's coming from aliens that are here on Earth already.
It's one possibility.
I don't know. I don't believe in that, or I don't believe, maybe I do. I don't know.
Well, I'm told that you can identify aliens here on Earth.
Tell me.